Yon, kamusta George? Welcome!
Welcome back to our first episode,
Episode number 1 ng Clock Out Podcast.
Knockout Podcast.
Okay, hi, my name is Ken Somera.
And I'm George Ramos. And yes, here we're going to be discussing
let's go.
exactly what we got from last time's episode.
Okay, napag-usapan namin with Clock Out, we will ask our friends, colleagues, clients ng mga problems nila and then i-discuss namin yung perspective namin dito and what are we putting in the table here. Kasi para sa mga hindi pa nakakilala sa amin, quick overview lang.
Business optimization consultant helping corporate organizations, corporations pretty much manage their problems. Ken.
NLP, conversational hypnosis, persuasion, and communication skills. Yun yung perspective ko dito. So tara, alam ko marami tayong pag-uusapan, George. So let's get straight to the point.
And we're just going to do it high level because there's a lot of it. Obviously, the next episodes will also discuss deeper, pretty much going deeper into some of these problems and more problems. Pero for now, high level muna tayo.
Okay.
Yeah.
O game.
Okay.
Sinulat na namin sa papel.
sa papel.
Basahin na lang namin.
Okay. Somebody asked from the HR space, no. Okay, so the first one is, are you coachable as a business leader? First question yun.
Okay.
Next question.
Ito, I think palagi natatanong to eh. Dapat ba, should you be pro-company or pro-employee?
Okay. And the next question that I have here is, do you hire fast or slow? Or do you fire fast or slow?
Okay. Next question. Hindi ko alam kung maka-cover pa natin to. Yung position. In
Okay.
terms of, yung nagiging leader ka ba based on position alone?
Or is a person title enough for him to lead?
Oo, it's title enough for him to lead.
Okay. And then the other one I have is a problem on being maxed out and being overwhelmed by leaders being overwhelmed
This is stress related, burnout related. Okay.
Maxed out, yeah.
Okay. So, ano gusto mo unahin?
Coachable tayo.
Okay, sige.
Okay.
Okay.
Because the first one. So I guess the context of this one is there are a lot of people who are executives.
Okay.
I've seen them. I've seen executives. I've seen business leaders.
Okay.
And the question there is, how does a person pretty much, say that they are coachable or they are not? What exactly will lead them to that, question? Na coachable ba ako? Or, is it important for me to still be coached? Kailangan ba talaga? I'm already a business leader.
Okay. Sa akin, first thing that came to my mind is, may mga tao na they believe that they don't need to a coach. They believe in themselves and they could solve their own problems. May mga tao talagang ganon. Kaya gusto ko malaman dun sa tao na to na nagtanong na, am I coachable? You have to check within yourself eh. Do you feel that you're reaching a level na parang nag-plateau ka na? And there are people that believe that hindi ko naman kailangan ng coach. Pero in reality, we've seen people that they need feedback. Okay, baka hindi naman, let's just reword things. Baka hindi naman talaga coach yung kailangan
feedback
mo.
Muna.
Yeah, pwedeng feedback, pwedeng mentor, or probably a friend.
Yeah.
So, yun eh. Are you open to a different perspective? Because there are businesses or there are people na yung capability ng utak nila is based on their experiences and their resources eh. So, kung masalpakan siya ng ibang resources, probably the results or the decisions could change.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can relate to that because I've worked with a couple of those people in the past. Probably I'll cite 3. Hindi ko na napangalanan kung sino.
Sige.
Number 1.
No names.
Somebody from Singapore.
Okay.
Client from Singapore. Yung kanyang perspective is matigas ang ulo niya kasi he's the type of person as in talagang grind.
Okay.
Na nababurn out na yung mga tao niya. And as a result, the business is failing because lahat ng tao burnt out. Walang kusa magtrabaho. But for him, yung kanyang mindset is, no, this was handed over to me by my parents. This is my DNA. ganito dapat yung cadence ng negosyo ko. Example number 2, there's this guy who doesn't want to be out there. When I say doesn't want to be out there, one thing that's standing between his success is him putting himself out there as an influencer so that he can attract B2B clients. Ayaw niya kasi nahihiya siya. And for him, he doesn't believe in that principle.
Ng coaching.
Not just the coaching, but just putting himself out there.
Okay.
And despite people providing him feedback, or he doesn't believe in that. And then the third example is this guy who believes that his brand is still, because they've been successful like 20 years in the past. They feel that they should be on brand. Their brand shouldn't change. It should be the same way as it is right now because they know it's a premium brand. But they're losing clients.
Yun yung nangyayari.
So those
Sasabihin ko na sana, if it works, it works.
But it's not.
Okay.
So I think yun yung pumapasok yung coaching or feedback or just being a friend telling them na pare, baka you may wanna listen to, di ba?
Ako yun yung pumapasok sa isip ko mula kanina. Maybe the term, yung sa nagtanong, maybe the term coachable is something that minsan kasi nakakahiya to ask for help.
Yan.
Oo. So,
May pride bang involved doon?
may pride involved.
Kasi business owner
May pride involved. Para kang I'm seeking therapy. Or there's a feeling coming na parang incapable ka of solving a problem when you have to outsource thought. When you have to outsource ideas from another person.
Okay.
Pero let's change the word nga. This is where I come in eh. Maybe if we change the word to feedback,
Okay.
a lot of things would change.
All right. So providing feedback.
Instead of the person
instead of the word coaching.
that could give me feedback. Because we both understand that feedback is important in any form of, be it sports, be it business, be it this is also gives you a way to improve on things. This is also something when you get feedback, you could see yung mga blind side mo.
Yeah.
May nagbibigay sa iyo ng information for you to get more data. Nasa iyo na yan kung i-receive mo yung feedback o hindi eh. Nasa iyo naman yan eh.
I think I like what you said there kasi kung tatanungin mo ko, how do you influence this person to get feedback? I would start with data.
Okay, so yun yung sa tungkol sa feedback nga, 'di ba? And being coachable. So siguro to intindihin lang natin yung context kung bakit siya tinanong, George.
Yeah, yun
Tingin
nga
mo?
eh. I think
Kasi I think kulang tayo sa context. Maganda yung question, pero siguro in terms of our perspective on things, I think yun yung endpoint ko dun sa question na yun.
Similar.
What if we change the word instead of I should get a coach, can I be coached? What if we change the word to I need feedback? Feedback could help me get to see the blind sides that I have in my decision making, or get to see it in a way that I need feedback because I want to be better and I want to improve more or scale sa business.
Or for that matter, for me, get more data.
Get more data.
Get more data.
Galing.
Seek more data.
Okay.
Yep.
Bilis.
Next.
Bilis. Okay,
Then, next question.
Next. Hirap to, pro company.
Pro company
I
or
think
pro
ito
employee?
I could give a perspective based on my work before, pero I think you have more answer to this.
Well,
bro.
for me, the answer there is this. You're a business leader. Obviously, you're always going to be pro company.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's still being able to produce profit for the business. I mean, you're not a charity, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, but there is that you have to humanize the experience. What I meant was, or what I mean is, sure, you can be pro company. Pero wag naman masyadong authoritarian, wag naman sobrang stricto. You humanize yourself so that pati naman yung tao will be able to appreciate and put stake in the work that they're doing.
Okay.
Because I think yun yung nagiging ano eh. Hindi ko pwede mo change, George, kasi makatao ako eh. 'Di ba? Or I can't change myself because makatao ako. But if you're a business leader, regardless of where you're sitting, you're an executive, Because I've seen executives that are pro-people.
Okay.
Pero at the end of the day, are you producing results? So again, it all boils down to you're an organization, you're a company, you should be producing profit.
Okay.
And but you have to humanize it.
Okay. Very good perspective on it. Sa akin, babalik ako dun when I was working sa BPO. I was asked this question.
Yeah.
Okay, parang kung meron ng TL, kunwari TL ka. TL ka. Ito, babato ko lang itong question na to. Hindi ko alam kung na-receive mo na to. TL ka, meron kang tao na uma-absent. Namatayan siya. So ngayon, uma-absent siya, mga kaso, tapos na, ubos na yung leaves niya. Uma-absent siya. So, anong decision yung gagawin mo?
Namatayan siya.
Pero wala na siyang leaves. As in, marami na siyang absent.
Wala tayong magagawa. Yun yung polisiya. Ubus na yung leaves niya. So, leave without pay.
So, susunod ka dun sa rules, di ba?
Susunod tayo sa rules.
Okay. Yun kasi yun.
Ah.
At the end of the day, you're getting paid to follow the rules and to implement your systems. Yung values organization. Di ba, SOPs. You have to work with that.
Because
Ngayon,
you signed for it.
Oh, you signed for it. Pero ito na, pumapasok yung exemptions ng pagiging makatao mo. Ngayon, ang tingin ko dito, depende yun sa power that you have.
Okay?
Diba? Depende yun sa power. Ano bang position mo so that kaya mong magkaroon ng exemptions? Kasi kung wala ka naman dun sa level ng power na yun, wala kang magagawang exemptions.
Correct.
Diba?
Tama
It's
naman.
a different thing. If you're the owner of the company, then it's easier to give a leeway based on how you feel. Diba? Dun pumapasok yung pagiging mga tao mo. Pero end of the thought para sa akin, I think it's very important to be adaptive, to be adaptable when you should be pro-company and or pro-employee.
Pro-employee. Tama naman yun.
Situational siya.
Situational talaga. Ako, I would go with what is the rule because you're following nga, di ba?
Okay.
Pero tama ka, what's in your power to, again, humanize the experience for the employee. So in
Depende sa power level.
so in my
Depende sa
case,
power
siguro,
level.
if I were the leader or the manager of that person, I'd probably say, wala naman problema. We have no choice. We have to follow. So leave without pay. But in the next couple of weeks, I will be easier on you.
Pwede.
Diba? I don't need to pressure you to do so much because I would understand your grief.
Okay.
So that's where the humanization comes in.
Okay. Meron pang ibang approaches for that. With the example that you gave.
Yeah.
Pwede naman tayo magkaroon ng equal understanding on things. So kung absent ka ngayon, kailangan mo mag-render ng two overtimes. Gets mo, may compromise eh. May reciprocation with it if you have the power to actually work with it. Depende yan sa kumpanya kung saan ka nagtatrabaho. But I do think with the right words or negotiation, you could turn a very bad situation into a good one.
Perfect.
Oo, yeah.
Next question tayo.
Bilis, no?
Bilis. Question here. Do I have to hire fast and fire fast? Or do I have to hire slow and fire slow?
I think the face to ng client ko recently eh.
Okay.
Pero ikaw muna, bro.
The hire fast is correct. But I would also say to be very cautious in hiring fast.
Why?
Because it takes so much resources when you hire.
Okay, yan yung sasagutin ko. Kasi sabi ko nun, okay, kung tinanggal mo tong tenured na to, ang mangyayari kasi dito is you'd have to train another one
Which takes so much.
which an haba nung time for that person to come in, lalo na kung leadership yung role. Pagpasok, iintindihin pa niya yung buong system, makikisama pa siya dun sa mga tao, meron pang gaano kalaki yung team, ang daming factors to consider. And most of the time, when a new person comes into play, di ba, depende pa yung communication skills nitong leader na to na papasok. Kung paano siya makiki-jive dun sa organization na papasukan niya. Because again, when you enter an organization as a new leader, there are different values involved.
Exactly.
There are different SOPs na kailangan mong intindihin. Gaano katagal yun? So ngayon, malaking chance na magsasuffer yung output because of kailangan pa niyang kapain yun eh. So kung kaya minsan ang tinitingnan namin is to negotiate first, check muna kung pwede pang daanin sa coaching. Yun yung sa akin. Pero what are your thoughts on it?
Ako, I would measure first the impact of the actions nung papalitan.
Okay.
So again, how you're going to do it is...
Parang kupal talaga.
Oh,
Kailangan na talagang palitan. So, talagang hire fast lang?
what if talagang may damage? So you have to really, again, let's go back to the data. So I'm a very data-driven, I'm not exactly data-driven, but I believe more with data. Diba?
Okay.
So get the data, understand, ano ba talaga yung impact ng operations niya?
Okay.
And then if the impact is bearable at kaya pa naman maayos by support, by providing more help, I'm not even exactly saying na you have to get new resource kasi ako very cautious din ako when hiring. In fact, some companies may say, "Oh, I need somebody to do my sales. Hire na kaagad tayo." Hindi ako ganoon eh. I would rather say, sige, tignan mo muna yung current mo. Baka naman meron tao dyan na magaling. Pwede i-promote mo na lang into a sales leadership role. I mean, something like that. So ako, I'm with you in trying to understand baka pwede pang magawa ng paraan because sayang talaga. I mean, it takes so much to hire. It takes so much to develop a role that will pretty much run with your operations. So it's important to really understand first, paano ba yung pwede kong gawin with what I currently have.
Okay. So, wala ka dun sa concept ng hire fast.
Andun ako sa hire fast. Pag kunyari sinabi talaga ng kliyente ko, "Oy George, mag-ramp ka. Kailangan ko ng 10 ganito." Di mag-hire fast tayo. Wala man ako magagawa dyan eh. Pero when you're assessing overall performance, I would still look at the impact. How is it? Is it really still impacting my bottom line? Effective ba yung pinagagawa namin? Baka naman puro ano lang ginagawa namin, wala talagang resulta, walang profit. Then we go back to the drawing board, look at the data. Tingnan natin kung ano pwede gawin.
Oh, medyo malawak tong question na to. And
malalim yan. Maybe in the next we can look into tomorrow. Situational pa rin yan.
Situational din to, depende sa company.
Depende sa kultura.
Depende dun sa leader na tatanggalin or ipapasok. Pero may mga industry na talaga, no? Pwede mo gawin talaga yung hire fast, fire fast eh.
There are. I would say VA industry it's like that.
It's talagang ganun, ang bilis.
Well, because most of these guys from global companies, pretty much they're doing outsourcing as testing.
Yeah.
So the difference between the VA industry and the BPO industry, yung BPO industry, mas marami pang pera yung mga tao nung dati.
Okay.
I mean, being able to bring the call centers here with facilities, with office, marami pang pera nun eh. Ngayon iba na eh. You have smaller business owners who only have so much budget that they need to make it work. And because of that, that's the reason why this imperative of hire fast, fire fast came about. Kasi I only have so much. No, if for example, I hired a VA who is going to be an online business manager, but it doesn't work out in the next 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Tanggalin na kita. I'll get somebody better. I'll go to Upwork. I'll go to somewhere else. I'll ask a couple of my friends, get somebody. Or perhaps I can just do it onshore.
Do you have tips? I mean, on how to qualify? I think mahabang pero siguro overview lang. You have some tips on how to qualify a good hire?
The only way for you to qualify a good hire is to experience the work itself. I'm sorry.
Yun,
I'm sorry. I mean, some people would say, George,
hindi yung magaling magsalita lang.
Hindi.
Kailangan kita mo talaga
yung output. I've seen a lot of people go into the door, get hired. Business owners or hiring managers say, galing no interview. Pero flaking out after what? 1 or 2 weeks? All of a sudden, this person is not performing. This person doesn't get it. So that's where you see it. That's why I'm a firm believer of you only be able to know the person entirely when they do the work.
Okay, when they do the work.
And that's a hard thing to do right now because there's a risk involved. But that's the more practical way to approach it.
Gusto ko balikan yung kanina, George.
Yeah.
Dito pa rin tayo sa hire fast, fire fast. Kasi pag magtatanggal ka na ng tao, when you're gonna remove a person, I mean, do you have very specific steps? Kasi Like in this situation with my client, we went to the route that, teka lang, maraming tatamaan. There's a lot of consequences if you get to remove this person. So ngayon, ang naging option namin, teka lang, baka naman kaya natin i-work on with coaching and getting to understand why the person or persons are not performing to that level kaysa sa tanggalin.
It depends really on what is the framework or the structure of that company here. So I'll give you very specific. If you're a local company complying with Philippine labor laws, you would have to go through the whole process. So you have to go through a PIP, all the discussions, make sure that everything is done. But if you're an outsourced organization without any legal entity here in the Philippines, so if you're, let's say you're a company in the US wanted to outsource VAs here na ang agreement ninyo is kontrata lang, independent contracting agreement, then obviously you can do whatever you want. So it really depends. Again, that's why where you're standing, it depends where you're standing, but as the person who's there, try to also humanize it. No? So I would still say baka pwede magawa ng paraan. Pero kung talagang malaki talaga yung impact ng problema, wala tayong magagawa eh. No, we would really have to do it. But again, look at the context. Pag local company, let's follow the rules. Let's comply. No, with whatever the DOLE dictates. No? But if it's not in that context, then let's also humanize it. But look at it bigger picture.
So, with what you're saying, communication plays a very, very big part with getting more data. Kasi ask better questions, you get more data. And actually, improving yung skill set din ng leader on how to handle these sort of things.
Exactly.
Kasi minsan, kaya nagiging problema yung ibang empleyado. Minsan, hindi yung empleyado problema eh.
Yung mishandling.
Yung mishandling din
I'm not even talking about the leader himself. It's the mishandling. Kasi pwede mabago yun eh. Pwede mabago yun. Yung pagparaan ng pag-handle. And I think that's where we're here for. Di ba? We'll help you with that. Di ba? Parang, obviously in the next episodes. But yeah.
In the next episode, siguro, yes, we appreciate the questions that are being given here. And it would be nice also kung context din. Mahaba yung question.
You would have to really make it more specific para mas matulungan namin kayo.
Yeah, if the question is more specific with more data, we could dive in deeper and at least yung discussion na mababato namin sa inyo mas beneficial for you.
Mas maganda nga eh, if for example, and I'm happy to, I'm sure we'll both be happy if it's a specific problem, specific company, with examples so that we can
Hindi naman babanggitin yung pangalan at saka yung pangalan ng company.
Pero we'll help solve your problem.
Sige.
'Di ba? Parang para at least hindi ka mahirapan and hopefully makatulong man lang kami.
Sige. Last question, George.
I think it's really more of the person, leaders right now, business owners, leadership being maxed out, stressed out, and overwhelmed.
Ito na.
And maybe you could be the best person to answer that. I have my way of doing it, but ikaw, mas eksperto ka.
Bigay tayo ng context kasi I think yun ang tinanong niya eh.
Medyo general eh. Siguro it's
how is it phrased? Ano yung specific na?
Sabi nga, how do you address leaders being maxed out and overwhelmed?
Maxed out. So siguro either nag-overtime na siya or feeling niya yung trabaho niya is over na dun sa expected niya na binigay na pinirma niyang trabaho.
Kumbaga, midnight oil ka na araw-araw.
So, kunwari, social media manager ka pero ginagawa ka ng video editor, ginagawa ka ng social strategist. So lahat.
Hindi mo na magawa yung panonood mo ng Netflix, kasama mo pamilya mo. Wala ka na oras.
Kasi kailangan mo rin gampanan yung role mo dun sa work. Okay. Number one, when would you have the guts to put your foot down?
Alright.
Yun yung isa.
Alright.
Kasi minsan nagiging challenge na ma-communicate natin yun sa mga boss natin or sa mga yung may-ari ng kumpanya na teka lang, that's outside of my work scope. That's one. Number two is to suck it up.
Just do it. Which I think
Yeah.
is not sustainable. But yeah.
Not sustainable. Pero, I mean, kung hindi mo kayang i-communicate yon at to say na, teka lang, ito yung ano ko, hanggang dito lang ako,
Yeah.
you have to suck it up.
Yeah.
You have to create better systems
Correct.
to work with it. So, dito papasok yung mga time blocking, ganun. Pero ito yung number 3. Manage it.
Okay.
How to manage stress? You have to understand, teka lang, get a piece of paper, write things down so that you could process what you are currently feeling. Okay? Dito na papasok yung mga approaches natin. So number 1, pwede kang mag-change ng environment to manage the stress. Because minsan, ang stress ay related or connected dun sa work area.
Pwede.
Pwede. So that's why there are people that go to, when I talk to my clients, lalo na for coaching and therapy, teka lang, what is relaxation for you?
Or, yeah.
When I talk to you and ask you the question is, where do you feel na pag nandun ka, you're more relaxed? So I get to associate the location or the environment which is stressful and dissociate it dun sa ibang location naman. Kasi 'di ba magkaiba yung viewpoint eh. When you say that, where do you feel stress? When you think of stress, what's the picture in your mind? May location. When you think of relaxation, what's the location in your mind? So kung nandun ka sa location ng relaxation, a lot of things could also change because we already changed the environment. Kaya meron tayong, yung isang client ko, ang nangyari, work from home. 'Di ba? Ang work environment niya dun sa isang specific na kwarto. Sabi ko, teka lang, mag-paint ka nga dyan, lagay ka nga ng picture dyan na pagpasok mo, gawa natin ng portal. Yung pintuan, pagkapasok mo, I want you to visualize na pagkapasok mo ng pintuan, work area yon.
So may
Pagkalabas
space
mo,
talaga.
may space ka talaga. So paglabas mo ng pintuan, may nakasulat, welcome to home. Diba? So ngayon, pag nakita mo yon, a different emotion or a different state could come in.
Yeah.
So, ma-differentiate natin what is a stressful environment and what is a relaxed environment. You have to create it. Next is food. Mood could change with food.
Of course.
Sound could change with state could change with sound also. So ngayon, if for example, yun nga, nandito na tayo sa suck it up eh. 'Di ba? You get a feeling that you're maxed out. You have to find a way to recharge. You have to find a way to unload. 'Di ba? So yung creating a day in a day na pwede ka lang talk to other people, connect with other people, or isang tao na pwede mo lang unloadan talaga ng ito yung nangyayaring problema or help you find solutions.
Yeah.
Ito kaya podcast, listening to this podcast, pwede namin to eh.
Yeah.
To unload
they can pretty much get something. I have a very interesting question.
Go. I think kanina mo pa iniipit yan eh.
Kanina mo pa iniipit
Sige.
eh. What if, for example, yung space na nandun siya,
Okay.
yun pala yung distraction?
What do you mean distraction? Sige,
Maybe,
context.
I know somebody who feels more stressed kasi they live in a place where nandun yung pusa niya ang kulit. Hindi siya makatrabaho.
Hindi naman pwede iwan yung pusa.
Hindi mo na pwede iwan yung pusa. So at the end of the day, he ends up more stressed out because 'di ba, the cat is there, naguguluhan siya sa trabaho. Pero ang dami niya kailangan tapusin. But yun na nga, he's left with that. So what do you think? Anong pwedeng gawin dun?
Kulungan.
Ikulong muna.
Hindi, kasi nasa iyo naman yung control dun eh.
Or for that matter,
alam mo na,
put the priority.
you have to understand kung ano yung importante.
Oh,
You know already the problem.
Pusa ba o yung...
Pusa ba yung trabaho? Ngayon,
ko?
nagtatrabaho ka, ngayon nagiging distraction na yung pusa. Teka lang, hindi mo naman pwede ilabas yung pusa. Kung wala kang option, di ba, get a cage para nandun muna yung pusa at out of sight mo na siya. Habang nagtatrabaho ka, nandun nakikita mo palagi yung pusa at ginugulo ka palagi.
Or pwede mo na lang itali, di ba? Or something.
Itali mo or something. Again, you have options. Or you set a time na mapahiram mo muna yung pusa or talaga pagtulog yung pusa tsaka ka mag-alat ng work. Di ba?
But at the end of the day, you have to prioritize, you have to manage
You
your
have
shit.
to understand you have to lessen the distraction eh.
Correct.
Yung mga nadidistract sa'yo. Pero again, going back to the main question which is being maxed out.
Yeah.
Isa talaga dun sa main dun is to understand what are your obligations ba? Ano ba yung napirmahan mo? Why are you feeling maxed out?
Yeah. Ako, I would think kung para to fix the maxing out is yung sinabi mo kanina, pero I take it further, I'll deconstruct. So I'll really process. Sulat ko. Saan ba talaga ako na
Ang
ma-max
laking
out?
usefulness ng paper, no?
Saan ba ako na ma-max out? Di ba? O for matter, let's just say, itong specific na trabaho kailangan makita mo. Is it the one that's causing the maxing out? Or meron ka bang specific actions na ginagawa? Baka naman hindi yung trabaho ang problema. Baka may kulang ka na skill. Nagtatagal ka sa trabaho mo.
Makes sense.
Kaya tuloy hindi mo na i-efficiently manage yung trabaho at nagagawa yung resulta ng mas mabilis.
May resistance kasi dun sa
Ng
work
skill,
na yun,
sa
o
skill level.
na yun, yeah.
Oo, baka wala ka nun eh. Baka kulang ka. So, yun yung kailangan mo i-address. So, you have to deconstruct. You have to, again, going back to the data, we have to go back, understand, ano ba yung nakaka-max out sa akin.
Tapos, malay mo, ang main na sagot pala is, kaya siya na ma-max out kasi mina-micromanage siya.
Pwede, I mean, it can be something as big as that or something
Pwede.
as small as, eto magugulat ka ha, some people complain about stress kasi daw, ang dami raw nilang ginajuggle pag ano, pero pag ni-root cause mo talaga, alam mo ba, kulang lang ng knowledge ng shortcut keys sa keyboard.
Ganun lang, no?
Yun lang, pero it creates a ripple effect. It becomes so big kasi hindi nila na-address yung skill gap na yun.
Okay.
I mean, you can work faster if you know the shortcut keys.
Yes, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Pero for some people, because mouse, enter. I mean,
That's how they were trained.
because that is how they were trained. But for them, it slows down the work. That's why they feel stressed. Unlike if you're efficient, you know the shortcut keys, you're skilled in that aspect, bakit mas mabilis ka makakatrabaho?
Guys, dito po pasok yung expertise ni George looking at these concerns and problems in the workplace. Minsan
Diba?
makikita mo na kaagad yung,
Diba, parang,
okay, pwede naman to.
Oo,
Let's
hindi-
improve mo na kaagad yung SOP nila para pag simula pa lang ng training, they're already taught into that level na to think, not just to follow. Diba?
And sometimes, it may even go as far as I even advised a couple of my clients in the past, throw your SOP away.
Oh, makes sense. Ah.
And maybe in the future we can discuss that. But may ganon.
Sakto.
May
Sakto
ganon.
tayo sa oras.
May ganon. So yeah. Ito na naman tayo. Natapos na lang yung
ito
episode. Marami na pag-usapan.
Episode number 1 pa lang to, guys. Pero siguro for the next episodes, this is the flow that we want to go and just, open discussion, super raw. Bring in some questions, some
Specific
problems,
questions.
very specific questions.
Oh, kwento
We
nyo.
will discuss and then we will get perspective also from different industry leaders.
And
Lalo na kung
experts.
ang nakuha namin na question ay very specific sa ganitong leader, we will call that leader or yung industry leader na yon, kunin namin dito i-guest namin dito so that we could hear their thoughts and perspective so that you could get the best opinion and perspective to help with your business or leadership problem.
And all because we want to solve that bigger problem that workplace is the number one cause of anxiety. Kaya nga clock out eh.
Clock out, clock out.
Ayaw namin ng may anxiety kayo.
Oh, yan lang.
No? So, yun.
Episode number 1.
Thank you so
We
much.
appreciate your time.
Appreciate your time.
And looking forward to episode number 2. Kita-kits tayo doon. This is Clock Out. My name is Ken Sumera.
George Ramos.
See you on the next episode
Next
of Clock
episode.
Out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.